Hi, this is Dave.
And David
From BestDronesDirect.com. We're here in Setauket, Long Island. We're going to show you how to use the DJI Phantom 4 for the first time. You just got your Phantom 4 and you want to set it up. Let's open the box and get it going. Inside the box, obviously, will be the drone. Pull the drone out, if you don't mind holding that. So we have the controller, receiver, right here. And we have 4 propellers. It actually comes with 6. We'll only use 4. 2 are backups.
On this next step, we're going to show you how to install the propellers to your new Phantom 4. We have 2 different types, the ones with the gray ring and the ones with the black ring. All we have to do is just match the colors. The black goes with the black and the gray goes with the gray.
While Dave's installing that, I'll explain the battery real quick. The little battery indication light in the front will tell you how much battery power you have left. So if you hit it once, you see this one is full and this one is about half full. So we'll go ahead and install the battery. A little red marking up here. That's the way I at least tell myself that that's in the top position. So that portion goes in here. And we'll just go ahead, slide it in. Alright, let's go ahead and install the SD card on the Phantom 4. You'll see the SD card has the gold side, goes towards the top of the drone. And we'll go ahead and insert that to the SD card slot. Press it in, make sure it's locked, and start photographing. Next thing we want to do is hook up the iPad or iPhone, whatever device you're going to connect to the control unit. There's a little button on the side here that extends and makes it fit nice and comfy for whatever device you're going to use. Going to make sure to tether it. I've done that before and not tethered it, and it doesn't really want to fly that well. So let's go ahead and press this in here and connect it to our device. This is sold separately, and you can use whatever tethering system you use for your particular unit. And that's it.
Before we can fly our Phantom 4 drone, we need to install the DJI Go app, which is right here. You have to go through the registration process, and since we already did that, what you see now is a live footage from our drone. We have 4 different sections right here, which we are going to explain into more detail later on.
Okay, so we have our drone is on here. We have our DJI app is up and running. We can see the camera through. We know we're connecting well. This is tethered, so we're all set up there. We have a safe to fly GPS signal up top. Get really familiar with this setup here because this is what we're going to be doing our flying from. We recommend that you first go to the top right section of the application. You'll see these 3 little buttons there, and get familiar with this section as well. So you'll have the actual drone right here, which controls the drone itself and different options within that. We recommend for first-time flyers to turn on beginner mode. And you can turn on beginner mode by just looking down to beginner mode and flipping that to the right and turning it green. Okay, now we're in beginner mode. It says okay, it's GPS ready. It's home point recorded, which it knows how to return home if the battery gets too low or we lose connection for some reason. Let's hit OK and put it somewhere safe to fly where we have line of sight with the drone, and let's take it off. Okay, so before we take our first flight with the DJI Phantom 4, let's just review a few things. On the top you'll see safe to fly GPS. We can see it's in our beginner mode that we just set up, which increases our obstacle avoidance and our range. You can see that we have 15 or so satellites and our receiver's in a good location, and those are these bars up here. We have 89% battery life, which I'm happy with at this point, and here's some of our camera settings amongst other things. If we want to record or a video or just take a simple photograph, we can adjust this just like you would on a normal phone from take a photograph, or you can slide over once it's done thinking and switch it to the video mode there. So right now we're in video mode. It says we're good to go. Let's go ahead and take the aircraft off and take it up for our first flight. So you're going to hit this takeoff button right here, and it's going to say slide to take off. What the aircraft's going to do is it's going to hover in an altitude about 4 feet or so. So let's slide it off and take it off. Boom. There we go. Now the drone is within my range of flight right here, my range of sight, excuse me. And this is the app you're going to see. A lot of people get nervous when they first take off, but it is just going to take off and hover. And our controls are located below the app and on the receiver itself, and we'll get into that in a little bit. Alright, let's discuss the DJI Phantom 4 remote. We have The red button, or the red indication light here, means we're not connected to the drone. If it was green, that would mean we were connected to the drone. The 3 lights here are the battery life. We have 3 out of 4, which tells me that we're good to go and has plenty of battery life. This is the power button and the return to home function, which will bring the drone back to home once the home is set. Flight controls here, which we'll get into a little later. And on the top left is the record button. If you need to record or want to record something quickly, you can hit that. And there's a pause button on the top right. So keep those 2 in mind. The P, S, and A are your flight mode options. P is for positioning, S is sport, and A is attitude. P mode I prefer to stay in because it allows us to do the active track and some other features that the DJI Phantom 4 has, as long as you have a GPS signal. This will adjust the gimbal up and down, and this, which I just learned today what it means, EV, will adjust your EV. I knew it made it lighter or darker, but that is exposure value. So you can adjust your exposure value on the top right, and you have your 2 antennas here. And we'll get into some more stuff later. Okay, so here's a takeoff and a landing with the DJI Phantom 4. We'll go ahead and hit that takeoff button on the top left like we explained before. Slide to take off, and we'll start recording so you can see what it actually looks like. Once it hovers at about 4 feet or so, we'll hold that hover, and if we want to land, we simply just pull back on the left all the way to the ground and land, and the engines will shut down. Okay, now that we know how to take off and land, let's go ahead and start the engines and get this aircraft to hover with our takeoff that we discussed earlier. So we're going to slide to take off. It's going to go to about 4 feet or so, 1.2 meters, and it's going to hover. And let's go ahead and get it up there. All right, so when we release the controls, the aircraft will stay and hover in place. And I suggest you guys, follow the screen and not necessarily look at the drone, and always keep that camera facing forward. This way you don't have any back sensing issues when you go to land, or cross-sensing issues and get yourself crossed up. So from here you can see it looks like we're a little overexposed, so we're going to adjust the EV with our right index finger here. And I'm going to lower that down just a touch. It's kind of bright today, so there's really no point in taking film if it's not exposed correctly. So I think that's a little dark, so I'll come back up just a few clicks here. That looks about right to me. Using my left index finger, I can adjust the gimbal to go level like that, and there you go. There's Long Island. Let's see what else we can do. Well, that looks like the bay, and the drone is within line of sight, so we'll go ahead and explore a little bit and go forward. And right now we're at about 69 meters or so in the air, and the drone, it's telling me, is about 50 to 60 meters away from me right now, and traveling at about 8.1 meters per second, as indicated on the bottom left. So we are cruising around Long Island with our drone. We know how to fly it now. Let's take a quick peek around and then come back and go on to the next thing.